Hey Patreon fam, so this is my review for Bad Boys LA episode 10. It seemed like there's no end in sight for this franchise. And you know, I'm a masochist and I'm gonna keep reviewing it until it's over. Until it's over. It's gonna be over. Anyway, so they start the episode where we left off last week of Milan letting all the guys know that Rio is going to be living in the house now. He's officially a bad boy after getting his ass whooped by Jonathan. And I gotta say, after those ass whippings, he deserves some type of partying gift. And Jonathan isn't staying there anyway. So they're talking about the party last night, how crazy it was. Milan talks about the fight from his perspective. I'm not sure how he can talk about it because he wasn't there when his friend was getting his ass beat. They're then talking about the next morning when things turned into the WWE and Jonathan was swinging a chair on Rio. Rio was doing his best to recount the ass whipping he received from Jonathan. And from his story, it seems like he picked up the chair first. And Jonathan just, manhandled it out of his hand and started beating him over the head with it. We hear that it was a metal chair and it was coming apart as Rio was blocking himself. And then that's when it became sharp, hence him cutting his arm up and having to go to the hospital. Milan and Rio bring up that it was quite the coincidence that Jonathan knew when to come over when security wasn't there. Rio was outside by himself and the gate was open. So yeah, they're implying that someone in the house may have tipped Jonathan off. They don't call anyone out specifically, and no one on the cast really came forward to admit that. And if you do the process of elimination on the cast, it's not that hard to figure out who the suspects are. It's not the straights, Curtis and Moolah. It's not Anthony or the token white Dylan. So that just leaves Gutta, Money Resides, and Carry On. But that's if they really wanted to get to the bottom of it. Now, someone asked him will he be pressing charges because Rio did get assaulted and he did have to go to the hospital for it. Rio says, quote, "I'm no police ass nigga." Well, all right. So it looks like he will not be pulling a Candace and going to the police, even though he has full right to go. I would be petty and do it. I would be like, oh, okay, you're not going to embarrass me on TV. I'm suing you. I'm suing Zeus for putting me in danger. I'm in the hospital. I have a bill too. Yeah, everyone's going down. When it resides brings up to everyone that this really all started over a room that didn't belong to anybody. In a rented house on a busted ass reality show just because producers were too cheap to provide separate rooms for everybody. But cut to Money Resides in his confessional and he's judging Milan for bringing his friend into the situation that had nothing to do with him. Basically you called your friend over, your loyal friend, to get his ass beat and you were nowhere to be found. Now, someone let me know in the comments of the last episode that Rio is Milan's son or whatever. I don't know. I see Milan is taking advantage of him. He's using his, what does Milan have? Does he have clout? No, he's using his status. Can I say status? It's not much of a status. Milan is using his influence to take advantage of Rio. I wouldn't even be surprised if Milan was using Rio for sex too. I think they smashing as well. Gutta K then excuses himself from this conversation because he's dealing with the effects of alcohol poisoning. He didn't really want to be in that meeting anyway. We then see Curtis welcoming Rio to the house and he's hoping that going forward it's just positive vibes. Yeah, we know that's not going to happen. So it's the next day, it's in the morning, the whole house is discussing the track that they did in the studio along with the music video that they have to do. Have to do? Do they really have to do a music video? Side note, I just want to acknowledge the dedication that Moolah has to wearing his bootleg clothing line in every single scene of the show. And we're on episode 10. It's Talk Money Nothing Else or Talk Nothing But Money. I don't know. It's some hood shit that you would see at a Jimmy Jazz in Harlem. We also find out that they're going to be doing a casting for the music video as well. How are they going to pay the talent? Or they're just going to ask for extras and pay them in chicken gift cards. So half of the guys arrive at the studio and we see the same producer that ditched them in the last studio session. Now, I really think that the only reason he ditched them, because they probably only paid him for a certain amount of time. I blame cheap-ass Zeus for that. This studio session has again turned into Milan's pet project, and he's made himself the focal point of it. Okay, we see them rapping, hypermasculinity, fast forward. I do like Gutta K's verse. Like, I was like, okay, like he's doing a good job. I'm shocked. Let me find out Gutta K is talented. We then see Natalie Nunn and her humongous chin enter the studio with her friend Lyrica from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Now, if it wasn't for the caption provided by production, I wouldn't have known who that was. At first, I thought it was Delicious from Flavor of Love, and I was just like, what is she doing on here? So they're playing a song for Lyrica as if she's some high-level executive at Def Jam or something, or if her opinion counts. But yeah, she's feeling the song, and I gotta say, it's a nice intro. It's not bad. Okay, now they're talking about it being a hit song. Calm down. Calm down. Next scene, we're with all the guys that didn't go to the studio. They're going out to brunch to discuss the music video. It's so weird seeing them meet up at a restaurant or somewhere outside the house because it seemed like they were confined to the house. Like they can only film there. I'm guessing Zeus had a little bit of money in the budget to pay for half the cast to go out to eat. Yeah, so they're in charge of the music video. They're brainstorming, and I'm bored. Money Resides then brings up to Carry On that he sees the connection between him and Gutta K. And he's just assuming that they're an item or there's flirtation going on. Carry On is very uncomfortable with this narrative that Money Resides is like just creating in his mind right now. And he's desperately trying to change the subject. We cut to Money Resides in his confessional, and he really thinks that Carry On is leading Gutta K on. Because, you know, Gutta K is young. You know, I want to protect my friend. What? Sir, Carry On has made it known to Gutta K that he is not interested in his bugina at all. At least from my point of view. So I'm not sure where you're getting this from, where you see there's a love connection somewhere. Unless he's seeing something that we're not seeing on camera. Because I'm sure if they were messing around, it would be on camera. Definitely. So next scene, we're back at the house, and it's packed with desperate people waiting to audition to be in this bootleg-ass music video. And they are getting every use out of this portable stripper pole that they had in the last episode for the party. You know, I really preferred scared Milan compared to the vapid narcissist Milan talking about how great he is in his confessional. It's just back to him being egotistical, and I just want a piano to fall on. So this audition starts, and not them giving out number ratings. And mind you, it is 9 people giving out ratings. So one person goes up to make a fool of themselves. You have 9 other fools judging them. How humiliating. But again, this whole show is humiliating for everyone involved. Like, I have secondhand embarrassment every time I review this. Oh, Lord. So now there's a montage of all these, like, desperate people dancing, men and women. It's all tasteless, mundane, bottom of the barrel, lowest common denominator, you name it. Fast forward. They then save the biggest, most desperate fool for last. It's a conventionally attractive girl that's scantily clad, and once they play the music, she immediately lifts her skirt up, starts dancing, climbs on a glass table and starts to crawl, then twerk, and then she stands up, in heels mind you, and starts jumping up and down on a glass table. I wish the shit would shatter just on principle and Zeus would have a huge lawsuit on their hands, but that doesn't happen to my knowledge. Actually, if it happened, they definitely would have shown that. But as she stands up on the table and jumps up and down like a maniac, you have the rest of the cast like, no, stop. Some of them are laughing, and that is where the episode ends. Y'all, that was horrible. I literally wasted my time, my brain cells that were destroyed watching this. Like, literally nothing happened. Nothing. Bring Jonathan back. I want to see him whip Rio's ass some more, maybe clock Milan. That was terrible. And then we see the preview for next week, and there's no ending in sight. They're just talking more about this music video, and I'm just like, where's the season finale? Like, we're on episode 11 now. Come on. Give us the reunion and end it. Da-da-da, like Gutta K said. Lord, Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this worthless ass episode. Are y'all still entertained? At least the last two were a little entertaining because Jonathan changed the dynamic of the house so much with his presence. But yeah, piece of shit, wasted my time. Hope there's not a season 2. I will not be doing season 2 unless y'all pay me. That would be an $8 tier on the Patreon if you want me to review that, honestly. But with that, y'all, I will see y'all for the next video. Bye.